Tax in Nigeria is now a very big topic, and after my DM got filled with questions from business owners about the latest Nigerian tax issues, especially with the news that the federal government deadline for filing tax is here upon us, I have no choice than to record and publish this video. So basically, for most of us, there are about 3 different taxes that matter to us, depending on whether you run a business or you're a salary earner. Now, if you run a limited liability company as a business, then there are 2 taxes that you must file immediately. The first is your payee. Now, this one concerns companies that have staff and that the earning of those staffs are within the tax range. You should normally file your payee at the state revenue office of your state of business operation. Of course, I'm also assuming that by now you already have your tax promax from the NRS or the FIRS. For most states, you can file the tax by yourself online, but you may still need the tax office to generate a pass for you to be able to finish up the process by yourself online. So I will advise that you find your way to the state internal revenue office just once most times. They will create a profile for your company, and so you can continuously pay or file the payee for your staff. The second tax that LTDs are liable to file is the value added tax, or the VAT. Here, you want to deduct the VAT from the amount you charge your customers and clients and then remit it to the government within 21 days of the month. But if your business is not having a turnover of up to 25 million naira annually, then you may not need to charge VAT from your customer, even though they said you can also file it voluntarily, but you still need to show up at the NRS office and file the VAT. Always remember that filing your tax is not exactly the same thing as paying. The last tax you should file as a LTD is the company income tax, or the CIT. This one should be filed just once in a year. This is about the only tax you may need an accredited auditor to help you sort it out. But again, if you're not doing up to 100 million naira per year, then you are not liable to pay the company income tax, or the CIT. Now, if you are a business owner but what you're running is a business name and not a limited liability company, well, since the government does not really recognize a business name as a different entity from the individual that is running the business, that means you should be paying only the personal income tax. And again, while filing is compulsory, if you're not making up to the tax deductible figures, then you may not need to pay the PIT. But like I said, you should file. And finally, if you are on a salary, of course, your employer should have deducted your tax from your salary, and they should be the one to file it for you. Every other Nigerian making money in one way or another must show up and file the PIT using the method I already explained. So, have you filed any tax at all in the year 2026? Please share your experience in the comment section. If you want my tax PDF that quickly explains all I have discussed so far, so that you can use it as a very short but good tax handbook, especially if you don't know too much about the new tax act at all and how it affects you, then comment handbook in the comment section and I will send you a link to get the PDF for just 2K.